This video is about taking down a 7-week old hair. You can see the rubber band is kinked, is locked up by the hair. My daughter particularly likes packing her hair by herself. So see the tools I'm using: coconut oil, Allure wash off conditioner, Allure Naturals conditioner, and then water, of course comb, and her head. I spray water first, then I apply oil, on the rubber band. Now this releases the kink, it makes it just slide off easily. Then I apply conditioner in that order. Each time I touch a natural hair, I use those three. So if I'm going to wash the hair after manipulating that hair, I use water, that's liquid, oil, and conditioner. So if I'm going to wash the hair, the conditioner will be wash off conditioner. I call it detangler. If I'm not washing the hair, I use a leave-in conditioner. The same thing applies to when I want to comb the hair. So now I'm done removing the band. I'm spraying the water all over the hair and massaging it into the hair so that it will allow penetration of other products. The next is the coconut oil. I'm not stingy with the coconut oil. I'm generous with it. After applying it, I'll apply the conditioner. These things will just stay in and dissolve all those knotted parts, to dissolve the tangled parts, because when she wears a satin bonnet, it falls off in the night. So I'm massaging the oil into her hair. The water will allow for that too. Then I put enough conditioner into the hair and massage into it. I advise you wear a glove because eventually the conditioner conditions your hand. I hate that feeling. So I didn't have any gloves closed because this was done at home. So I'm applying more conditioner on the hair. So after applying the conditioner, I go ahead to pack the hair into various sections, because in natural hair you don't just handle a natural hair like that, you just pour it. This is to keep the hair away so that I'll have a clearer view when I'm walking. So I put it into 3 parts because of the length of her hair. After that, I bring out a little section that I want to loosen. Now I'll go through what I did before. I'll spray water, but this time I'm not putting oil because the oil I put generally was enough. I'll just put conditioner to make the hair soft enough to slip off when I want to loosen it. So the oil I applied generally was enough because I really put the oil very well. So as I'm putting the conditioner, I'm massaging it. This hair is 7-week old, as I said, so it had become like dreads. It had locked up. So after applying, I also take away that section, keep it away from my view, so that I will now start taking the weaving and loosening it one by one. So as you can see, so when you're loosening a kinky twist, I call it kinky twist because our hair is kinky, you start from the tip. One rule with handling natural hair is don't force it. If you keep your comb and it meets a resistance, bring out your comb, so and try to loosen from under the resistance. If you force it, you're going to tear your hair. But if you put your comb under the resistance, the oil and the conditioner and water helps to make it easy. You can see I'm combing, I'm done loosening. Now when I'm done loosening, I usually use my fingers to detangle. You can see I met resistance, I went under the resistance. So after my hand, I use my comb, which you can see doing. So I comb from outside inwards. My combing starts distally. What do I mean distally? From the tip of the braid, of the hair, sorry, from the tip of the hair. So I'm done combing that. So each braid I loosen, I comb. So I'm starting with this one, and I'm not forcing it. When I unlock the hair, I pull the tip. So I found out that this method helps loosen whichever knot. So don't force it. Don't force it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. Don't force it. If you put your comb and you meet a resistance, remove your comb. Go below that resistance and try to unravel. Natural hair handling requires a lot of patience, a whole lot of patience. And you can see I'm loosening the base box braid. I'm loosening the base box braid. So, and I'm doing it. I don't jump rows. I don't just fix my comb and start anywhere. So I go from below the braids when I'm loosening it. So you can see gradually, yes. So I'm done with my hand off camera. Then I'm combing from the tip inwards. I have met a resistance and I removed my comb. I go below the resistance. If you go below the resistance, sometimes you may find out that is a single knot on a particular section of the hair. I use the tail to loosen it. You can see that. I use the tail of my comb to loosen it. You don't force it or else you tear the hair. Our hair is naturally curly. Our African hair is beautiful, is versatile. So if you learn how to handle it, it won't be difficult. So I have loosened every of the braid on the section I brought out, except this last one. So as you can see, I'm taking down the hair just as I thought. Now loosening this hair without any product, without water, oil and conditioner would have been more difficult. You'll be hearing some gritty sound that if I hear it it irritates me, like it shows me I'm cutting the hair. So but with moisturizing, taking down the hair makes it easy. So if you want to grow your natural hair, you have to also go to the supermarket and get a whole painter bucket of patience. Patience, baby, patience. And your hair will thank you for that. So you can see I'm taking it down. I pick it from below. You don't just fix your comb anywhere and when you are losing it and pull. You pick it from below. Yes, slowly. Slowly. You can see I'm done. Now there is a little tangle at the base which the oil and the conditioner have loosened. So sometimes I use my fingers, then other times I use the comb. So when I'm done loosening those kinks, I comb. So I comb very soft just because of those products I use. You can see I met resistance. I'll go below it. You can see that. So sometimes when I'm combing, most times you can see I'm pushing the hair towards her scalp. I hold the base, push it towards her scalp. She's a child. If she's in pain, you would see it from her reaction. No single pain. No single pain. So I'm pushing the hair towards her scalp to keep the tension from pulling the hair from her scalp, in spite of the fact that the hair has been moisturized greatly. So see the length of her hair. That's the beauty. It's beautiful. So when I'm done, that initial section I cut is fully moisturized. That's why I'm confidently using a small comb. You can see the little hair on the comb is even smaller than the amount of hair I thought she would lose, because she had carried this hair for almost 2 months. So after detangling with my comb, because I have done it individually for each of the braids I loosened, I'm going to put it into a chunky twist. This is to help keep the hair, how will I put it? Keep the hair away from your view. You need a clear field to work with. So if you do a section and put it away in chunky twist or whichever braids you know how to do, chunky twist is easier to loosen and is easier to do. So you keep it away from your view to be able to do the others. It makes the work easier and not tiresome. So I'm taking another cut from the ones I packed. So that's the one I'm going to loosen to work with next. So I go through put water. The oil is already there. The oil doesn't evaporate, it's still there. I put water to allow the conditioner sip in. I put a lot of conditioner. You don't take down the hair dry. Now, what do you do when it's an extension like attachment, as we call it in Nigeria? If you put attachment, you don't need to put all these things because the attachment will absorb it. So you can take down your attachment, but sometimes if you've carried the hair for longer than 4 weeks, there may be tangles at the base of the braiding. That is when your lock comes in. Lock, liquid, oil, conditioner. So your liquid in this sense is water. So back to what we are doing. So this is basically how I loosen my braids, no matter how long. Thank you very much. I hope you learned one or two from it. Bye.